G'day guys and girls and welcome back to our little channel, Goodies Beer Reviews. I was walking through Liquorland, I think it was today, and I saw this very fluffy, clouded looking beer. Look, everybody on the channel, let me try and focus that. Everyone on the channel knows I've got a bit of a hard on for Balter. I love Balter beers. Balter Easy Hazy is my go-to sessionable beer. If it's on tap at a bar or a pub, you're going to see me there till God knows how long in the morning. Are you joking? If I see Balter Hazy, you've got to buckle up. It's a 6%er. Now this here, I saw low carb and I thought, wow, it must be 3.5, mid-strength sort of, 4% like Balter Easy Hazy. But this is Balter Cirrostratus, couldn't make a harder name, and it's a low-carb hazy pale ale 375ml can, which is what we love here on the channel. It's a nice looking can. It's a friendly can. It's a cloudy, hazy pale ale. It's got clouds on it probably because it's hazy. It's got freestyle hops that probably wrap. That's a bad joke. New Zealand. Look, I'll have a quick look at the spiel if you want to have a listen. Dripping with, mate, it's got bigger writing and I still can't read it. Dripping with taste. So it's dripping with taste. Blah, blah, blah. Hazy pale ale, luscious edges. Oof. Succulent and, wow, it's getting very, made with New Zealand grown freestyle style hops. It's delicious ripples. Anyway, look, citrus, got the yummy Balter thing from us to you. Look, this comes in at, guess what, ABV? 5% ABV. That's pretty good for a low carb. And look, if you look at the health stuff on the back, which you don't usually do unless you're on a bit of a gig, 1.5 standard drinks, there's your information there, your sugars and all that shit. Look, you know what, if you're having a nice beer, you don't really care. That's what, ooh, hiss. Ooh, firm crack on the can. Look, but wow, 5% ABV with really low sugar content and low carbs. Am I expecting much? I don't know. This, and you know what the thing is, it's a limited release. So if it's really good and you could just go, I was going to say healthy, and drink this instead of the Balter Easy Hazy. Jesus, I want to be good though. Look, it's a lighter looking beer. Look, Balter do attractive beers. I'm going to say that. The little sediment and gadunks in the Balter Easy Hazy, I love it. If you don't like your dirty, hazy beers, probably stay away. But low carb, 5%, limited release Balter. Yeah, I'm not getting much on the sniff, but that's not a bad thing. Very clean smelling beer. Cheers, everyone. I'm excited because, like I said, I like Balter. Really like Balter. Oh, I've got instant feedback. Instant feedback. And I know what people are going to say. He's going to just go, this is amazing. I'll tell you one thing that just popped up on that first mouthfeel is a very, very poor, weak mouthfeel. I'm just going to go again. Yeah, very, very wish-washy, watery. You might as well be having a glass of water, but that's where your low carbs come in. You don't get that dense, decadent thickness mouthfeel of a heavy beer. And that's okay. Maybe they wanted to make it light, like clouds. I'm not sounding like a weirdo, but a very light, easy to drink, low carb beer. It's the sugar stuff. You don't get that, that decadence, that thickness. It's a definitely one-sided hoppy beer. I do get a little bit of citrus. I do get, believe it or not, like a little tang of watermelon sweetness. This was 24 4 or $26 for a 4-pack. I got one just in case it was tragic. Look, I know what Balter are doing, but I've got to say this. If you're worried about your girth of your belly, or you know what I mean, like sugars, you're working out, you're doing whatever, and you want to stay a bit fit, I'm mindful of stuff like that. I try to stay in reasonable shape, and I'm not some fucking weapon that goes around pumping iron. But you know, I walk, I jog. You know, I'm active. I'm generally active. Driving a car is probably my favourite exercise and motorbike. But yeah, this is it's for 5% ABV though. They've done a good job hopping up the ABV. The taste, like I said, a little bit fruity. This is very easy to drink. At 5% ABV, would I prefer the Balter Easy Hazy with a little bit more naughtiness in it and taste? Yeah, 100%. Would I prefer just, if I'm going to have a beer, have just one of those nice Balter Hazies at 6% and go, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to have one. Yep. If you're going to sit down and worry about carbs and all, look, there's so many mainstream options on the market at the moment. You've got Colton Dry doing a 3.5% with low carb. You've got any man and their dog. I think VB, unfortunately, do a low carb, and a few others. Like, they're out there. All your lower carb beers are there, and that's okay if that's your jam. And I get it. You know, over the years, I've lost, since 2019, I lost 44 kilos at my best, you know, and you put a couple back on, but nothing crazy. But, you know, yeah, you got to, and it's not, carbs aren't the enemy. You just got to burn up your carbs. It's just some of your foods. And isn't it funny how now with food, people are really eating more avocados and cheese and cooking in butter and natural fats instead of, you know, others like unsaturated oil, like those oils. Some of them are the worst enemies in the world now. You know, like your normal oils, your bad oils, not your good oils. Olive oil, even that, yeah. But yeah, cooking in butter, yeah, you can't beat it. Back in the day, we cooked in lard and butter, and it wasn't healthy, but it wasn't bad because it was sort of natural butter. My nan used to get potatoes. God love her. She died when I was young, but she used to get potatoes and cut them, you know, real thin, and then fry them, put them on paper towel, and you couldn't wait to get your mitts on them, could you? So yummy, crispy potatoes, and I still love cooking. Anyways, I won't ramble on too much. Balter Cirrostratus, cloudy, light, 5%, easy to drink, tasty. I'd get that again if I was on a bit of a health trip. Otherwise, if you don't care and you love your hazy, fruity, dirty sort of looking Balter Easy Hazy, bro, I'm telling you can't. I just love it. I just absolutely think it's a fantastic beer. But Balter do good beers. I had some of their, I was about to go, but I had some of their XBAs the other day. I got a 4-pack and I had an XBA on tap because there was nothing else at this club. There was Stonewood Pacifica, which I sort of is my go-to if Balter's not there. But they did have, not Stonewood, they had anyway, yeah, I had something else. But Stonewood Pacifica, that's a good beer on tap. But, yeah, look, whatever, mate. Been a big week. It's Thursday. I got tomorrow off, which is banging. I'm going to do some work on a car and a bike. They need new batteries. I've got to put them in. I might even do a little video of the old 06 SS I have with 18,000 Ks on it. Like brand bloody new. Anyways, love each other. Take care of each other. Be kind to each other. If you see this, I'd say give it a crack. Give it a crack. Very good beer for low carbs. Anyways, I'll catch you at the next one. Balter Cloudy.